Have you ever driven a familiar route, arrived at your destination, and realised you can hardly remember the journey? I hope that's not just me. In fact, I know it's not. And the reason is because it's something you've done on repeat hundreds of times. So all you need is your autopilot setting. Well, it's probably no surprise that we do it with the way we move through daily life too. Every single day, we use the same handful of patterns over and over again, and we barely notice because they work. Until one day we can suddenly notice they don't quite work as well as they used to. Then we wonder when that changed. I'm Wendy Welton, and this week on Make Movement Matter podcast, I'm doing something a little different. It's called the Everyday Experiment. Here's how it works. Starting tomorrow for 7 days, I'm going to release one short episode each morning. They're all around 5 minutes, short enough for you to listen to while you're making your breakfast. And in each one, I'll give you one thing to notice about the way you move through your day. I'm not giving you a specific movement to learn or an exercise to complete, just one thing to look at. Then, if you fancy it, there'll be an invitation to play with it, as much or as little as you want. That's the whole thing. Now, I want to be clear about something because I want to ensure your expectations are set correctly. This is not a challenge. Nobody is counting. There's no streak to keep, nothing to log unless you'd obviously like to, and no way you can get it wrong. If all you do this week is listen and it makes you think a little differently, that is enough. This week isn't about proving anything to me or to anyone else. It's simply about noticing what you notice. Everything after that is a bonus. And if you do feel like sharing what you discover, I would genuinely love to hear about it. Each day, the prompt will come with a few different ways in, so you can choose whatever suits you and your body on that particular day. There are options, not levels. The point is for you to do your version. So why did I create this series? It's because so much of what shapes how our bodies feel isn't in the hour that we spend exercising. It's the other 15 waking hours and the hundreds of ordinary moments that pass us by without a second thought. You can't change what you don't notice. And the moment you do notice something, you've got a choice that you didn't have yesterday. You might make a different one. You might not. That's entirely up to you. But simply seeing the opportunity is where everything begins. I've deliberately made this a week-long series because one prompt probably won't change the way you look at your whole day, but 7 just might. By the end of the week, I hope you'll find yourself spotting movement opportunities that have been there all along, hidden within your everyday life. Not because I've given you an extra routine to add in each day or given you a specific plan, but because you've started looking through a different lens. I've deliberately kept these prompts small. They don't need equipment, a special place, or a change of clothes. Most of them happen while you're already doing something else. Some of them might feel a little silly. That's not an accident. I feel the fitness industry has made movement and exercise too serious. It's another thing to achieve, another box to tick, and another way to measure ourselves. And I believe we've lost something in the process. So this week is about rediscovering a lighter side of movement, one that's curious and playful and woven into the life you're already living. If something surprises you this week, I'd encourage you to jot it down or make a note on your phone. And by the end of the week, you might have a collection of observations that's far more interesting than you'd expect. And if you'd like to tell me what you're discovering along the way, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me at Instagram at reclaim.movement or at Make Movement Matter podcast, and I'll be there all week. And that's it. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you to do something that will probably feel surprisingly awkward. It involves nothing more than your hands. And this week, you might be surprised by what you find. I'll see you tomorrow.